what comes to mind when you hear conversations that shape tomorrow?
Thank you, and thank you, organizers, for having me. Well, as an educationist, we think about the future. So we don't just prepare people for the future, we also try to prepare people for the conversations of tomorrow. So when I think of conversations that shape tomorrow, I think of the people, I think of the culture, I think of the ecosystem and the fact that the world is in a state of change. So any conversation that is going to shape tomorrow must consider the fact that change is a reality. Thank you.
Okay. Any conversation that what? That will shape tomorrow
Must
come with what?
consider the fact that change is a reality.
Please note that. Thank you very much. To lay a better perspective on why we're having this particular session at this time, the topic we're focusing on is building people, leadership, creativity, and entrepreneurial courage for a changing Africa. So please note that our conversation is going to be evolving around this particular theme. So I would like to go into my first question, which is going to be in 3 segments. The people gap now. Talking about the people gap. You've talked about something around the people. What capacities, mindset, or gaps must Africa close to strive?
Are we ready for this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You see, because it's very, very easy for us to just talk. And then when the push means, how do you say it? Push comes to shove, we begin to change our conversation. The fact is that there's a whole lot of blame game going on. And like Mr. Inyolua said, we've been, abusing and yabbing those that were there, and now the power is now coming to us. Good. Now the kind of mindset that we've had is what brought us to this state we are in, where this is a very uncomfortable conversation, but it has to be said. You see, someone said about identifying problems, solving problems, and then making sure the solutions have results, right? Good. Now, the mindset we've had before now, it's a mindset of copy and paste. It's a mindset of this is what is happening over there. Let us do it, whether it fits or not. It is a mindset of la crème, la peau. And if you have a la crème, la peau, someone was asking me, I think the interview before, the pre-event interview, and they were asking what are the challenges young people are facing, or what are the conversations going on. There's a trend going on, and they say things like school is a scam. I'm sure you must have heard that. They say school is a scam. And what are they trying to tell you? They're trying to tell you that what you people are forcing me to go and do in that place is not what the reality is saying. Because I don't understand why all I have to do is to cram to pass, when what I'm even cramming to pass bears no relevance to my environment. Now let me take you a little bit into philosophy. John Dewey is an educational philosopher who lived in the United States of America. He also was in this situation of, America at a particular point in time was in that situation where everything about the curriculum was la crème, la peau. So people were being cultivated or being taught to regurgitate facts, to regurgitate what the textbook had said, and not able to question the status quo. So he came up with progressivism. He came up with pragmatic educational philosophy, which says that man is by nature a problem solver. So the kind of mindset we are expected to be having in these changing times is the fact, let me just go straight to the Bible, like in Yolua did. The Bible says, and wisdom and understanding shall be the stability of thy times. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So the ability to understand the fact that man is a problem-solving being, that is what we have not yet grasped. And that is what our educational system needs to take into consideration. I think I'll just put a stop for now.
Okay, I'll ask a follow-up question. You've made mention of something like La Cram, La Pour, which is one of the dangers in our educational system. You know, some of the young people I interact with daily had actually added a third one. Probably I should let you know. They say La Cram, La Pour, La Forget. You understand?
Which is very important, because the La Cram, La Pour is not geared towards solving a problem. If you solve a problem, you will not forget. So it's La Cram, La Pour, La Forget.
Yeah, you know, but my
and La Graduate.
My question is that if you were to pick one thing in terms of mindset that you would want young people to change, what would that be? Just one word.
It can't be a word.
One sentence.
Okay. Look at your environment. The conversations, like Dr. Olori said, it's a people conversation. Like Inyolua said, it's a conversation amongst us to know that it has to start from us. So what is the problem around you that you want to solve? Man is a relational being. You cannot exist. You have to exist to solve, to have meaning in life. So what is the problem around you that you want to solve? And you have to go ahead to solve, not just dream about solving, but you have to practicalize it, and upskill. Gather all the knowledge you have, all the skills you have to solve that problem. And I think as we begin to do that, then we begin to have the Nigeria of our dreams. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. That very, very powerful. Dr. Pat, our time is fast spent. You have a question? Yeah, you do. What habits or disciplines sustain long-term relevance?
Everybody has been saying it.
I didn't get it.
But to add to what they have said, and I think they said it in other ways. Socrates says, man, know thyself. An unexamined life is not worth living. You see, people come to me every day and they say, look, I want my child to study this, I want my child to study that. And I'm like, before you come and tell me that you want your child to be admitted for a particular course, I think before they even fill the form, let's talk. Let me have a talk with that child. Because oftentimes we live other people's dreams, like Inyolua said, we live other people's dreams. My father wanted me to be a medical doctor. And I'm like, I actually went to the science class, but when I looked around, I didn't see any of my friends, so I left and went to look for them. And I found out they were in commercial class. Guess what I'm doing today? I'm not a banker, I'm a philosopher. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that people live other people's dreams. So even when it comes to project topics, you find that a lot of people go to ChatGPT and bring out topics and outline and everything. I'm like, can you do this? You can't. So I said, let us cast ChatGPT aside. What do you like? And by the time they start to talk, you find out that they're not talking. It is not what ChatGPT told them, but what they actually love doing. So let us start with what you like to do. What makes you happy? What is that thing that makes you, when you think about it, you're just so joyous. And they begin to talk. And I said, so why don't you write about that? And because they write about it, they can defend it. So habits, before you start developing habits, Aristotle says that what you consistently do becomes your habit, whether bad or good. So if you can discover who you are and concentrate on that and build up yourself in that area and consistently do that thing. Like Yoruba said, those things that you consistently do with a progression, it becomes a habit. Discipline becomes a habit. What's that word? Olori said the first one, credibility becomes a habit because you know that your brand is at stake. Your name is at stake. She can boast because she has credibility, which is a result of some positive habits she has built over time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We just have one minute to go, and I'll ask this question. I'm sure he will be able to give us